myself a fancy microphone. I'm like, how can I upgrade my in-cab? My biggest thing is the hat cam is all over the place. It's supposed to be horizon locked so it stays straight, but for some reason I'm always fucking high banking it in a NASCAR racetrack, and it looks ridiculous. Not to mention that the color science of that camera is complete garbage. It might have a lot to do with it's a tiny camera and it has a tiny sensor, and I'm talking about the Instago 2 is what I got. It's fine for outside. If you would have signaled just seconds earlier, I would have known you were turning and I would have went, because I only had a yield. But signal and turn at the same time. It's a great camera. It's tiny. The biggest thing is these bigger cameras, like, even though an action camera is not that big, you put a GoPro on your hat. If you have it on the top, it's too high. I'll have to like literally sit on the floor, and that's not that great. And it still gets the nauseousness of when I'm like looking left, looking right, you know? The camera needs to be kind of basically where your head is your best visual for the video. So I've had it before where I had the GoPro on my hat inside the bill, which is literally right in my face, and I can't see anything. So not safe. So I only did that a few times, and I was like, oh, it looks awesome, and that's when I ended up buying the Instago 2, which is great, but it has a hard time with the color, because if you're inside in the shade and it's bright outside, it looks all blowed out, is what we call it. Your highlights are blown out. The other action cameras like the GoPro 10, 11, 12, 13, and the Osmo Action 3, 4, 5 Pro. The Osmo has a light sensor, so it knows what to do. And same with the Insta Ace Pro 2. Like, all these cameras. I've been infusing myself with camera stuff because it's this time of the year right now when everything is coming out with their new stuff for the year. So Instago 2's little tiny one that they came out with has a bigger sensor, and the camera is bigger. It's like $600. I'm just like, $600. I'm like, man, I want it, but I don't want it that bad. I'm like, eventually I may upgrade for the hat cam footage to be like outside and stuff. I will probably upgrade eventually, but for now I'm just gonna try to find a way to mount the Osmo Action 4 I got to something that comes, think of an L bracket, and I'm going to stuff it underneath the mattress, and it's going to come up and be right at my shoulder behind me, or just like literally over my shoulder. Is what I'm going to do, but I need that exact measurement. I had it all flanged up yesterday to do it, and I'm like, I kind of need like an exact measurement. I can't just be like chop chop and then I'll be like, oh, it's too low, because it has to be just high enough above the dash where you're seeing the shifting, the steering, hitting the switches, picking up the bitches, just kidding, and looking out over the dash. And that will save me $600. I do want to get a new 360, and that's $700. It's pretty much $700 for the new X5. We'll see if they come out with something new. Like I said, it's the time of the year when everything comes out now. in between now and before Christmas, so everybody buys a lot of it before Christmas. I have the Osmo Action 4. The Osmo Action 5 Pro didn't get a bigger sensor, so I didn't buy it. It just got more AI chipset that helps with low light situations, and that's what I want to get, is something that is better in low light. I'm not going to buy another one if it's not going to be better, so I'm waiting. The king is the 1-inch sensor, and a lot of the action cameras do not have them. They got inch and 2/8 or inch and 3/8. I don't even know. That's like above me. It's like super tech nerdy stuff, and I'm just like, okay, bigger sensor, better in low light, better image quality as a full, as the leaves are turning yellow. So I thought if I bought this microphone, and that was kind of the whole reason I bought that Insta Go 2, the little one that clips on the hat, is because it's right here at your, so the audio is close. So I bought this microphone. It was $110, which is fine. That's cheap. And then that way the camera can be anywhere, and I can hook to it. It's only going to hook to the DJI Osmo 4 I have. It won't hook to the GoPro wirelessly, I don't think, but I can look into that. So I had to do a bunch of updating of the camera this morning, so I don't know if I messed up some of my settings. So hopefully everything looks good today. I kind of glanced over it. I was like, I was just gonna try to connect it quick before I left the house, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta do updates. Now I'm like running a little bit behind. I'll be fine, but have been at work in 3 days. Somehow pulled the bolt out of the auxiliary mount and had to chain it up after doing what was I doing? I just had try low. I can't even remember what I was doing now. Was I rig moving? It's sad when I can't even remember what I did a couple days ago, but I think we were rig moving, and my stuff got messed up somehow. I felt when I left, oh yeah, we were doing that one to Whitecap, Vermilion Road, and it rained, and it had to, should have had 2 sets on, only had 1 set on. It pushed around by the loader, pulled by the loader, pushed by the loader, bent my apron a little bit, or the front skid plate, because he was pushing on an angle. Kind of mad about that, but what do you do? It's an oil field truck. And when I got back out on the highway from the Vermilion and I put the power down, I felt vibration. I was like, oh, that doesn't feel right. I had some heavy driveline vibration through the power as I was, torquing it up and laying it down, going through the gears and getting on full throttle, full boost, and it was just kind of shaky in the ass end. So I crawled underneath there, and yeah, one of the bolts was broken on the auxiliary, so the auxiliary was flexing at an angle that was probably upsetting the U-joints, which was giving me the vibration. So they were going to get someone to just come and take over for me, because we had to go get water gear out on the Sundance at 49.5. So they were going to send somebody, then somebody else had problems. They were just going to grab my trailer and carry on. Another guy wouldn't answer his phone. And thirdly, they's like, okay, we'll try to find you the lightest load, throw a chain and hook on it, and you're going to have to go get this. Sweet Datsun, bro. It's got her slammed. Oh, it looks like it might be a diesel. So yeah, I had to complete the day with a broken auxiliary that was chained up. Made it. been off for 3 days now while they were fixing my truck, or turned down driving the freshly painted one because it was completely polished and spotless, and he doesn't wear shoes in his truck. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't know. I don't want to go on a rig move for 10 hours, 12 hours, 14 hours, and then be like, okay, I got to clean this floor, these pedals. I'm just like, no. I don't want to. Find somebody else. Going a little long in the tooth, I'm sorry. A lot of shit going on. Look at this guy's Datsun. It's got this steel wide barrel rims. I like it. I'd drive it. Sick. I can get behind it. And it's diesel. I think it might be it. So we're going rig moving today. Yeah, give her, bro. If we gotta move a rig, we're going down to Cochrane to the most famous spot that Orleans always is. And we're just off 567 to 766, a little bit south, 294, 292, and then, you know, if you've watched the channel, I've been there through Road Train, through Cypress, and now at Brawler, I've been there a few times. I don't know what it is with Orleans, but they just love to drill in these two spots, and that's it. And we're moving them from Cochrane, going back to the Ring Road, which is off the North Fork, west of Rocky, Strachan area. It's super gay balls move because you got to go. There's a lot of jiggity jog. You got to go through Sundre, you got to go through Caroline. It's just it's a grind. Probably be making a few trips, and yeah, cool. Let's go move a rig. Well, we're off to a rocking good start. I don't know where to have this microphone. This is more like a test. So yeah, failure. I started the truck and the coolant light was on, so I'm like, oh. Must be that time of the month when it needs a... What? Opened the cap and was greeted with a lot of blackness. Coolant. So pretty dark. Seeing things? Put my finger in there, take a good old swipe. I'm like, no, definitely not seeing things. It's just like, alright, the mechanic will be here right quick to look at it. I'm like, well, it's not gonna be anything that's gonna be fixed in 10 minutes so I can get going down the road, so. My truck has literally been down now for, I think I had a day. Then it was down for 2 days. Maybe I didn't work yesterday because they were still putting my shit together. So that was 3 days. Today will be day 4. And they're gonna pull the oil cooler, obviously. That's where we're starting at. Hopefully it's just the oil cooler, not the head gasket. And they're putting the PDI oil cooler on it. Dad was there this morning. He's like, what are you waiting around for? I'm like, the truck's broken. He's like, again? And I was like, yeah, oil and the coolant. He's like, oh, those damn coolers. He's like, don't put a factory cooler back on it. He put PDI one on his truck, and that's what we were gonna put PDI on mine last time we had it all apart, but for some reason we decided to change our mind because I took the PDI cooler and everything out there with it. And we didn't do it. For some reason, when I got all my rads flushed and got my rad changed there at Chad Nixon's. So Now we're gonna put the PDI cooler on, which I think somebody else took the other one, so I gotta get a new one. So that's gonna take some time to get that in. I think, anyways. I don't know how long it takes to get one of those in or where they come from. I don't think we have like a PDI dealer right here. So yeah, we'll be down for another day or two. Sad. I didn't really want to work today anyways. But I should be working. Because now it'll be a week without work. So hopefully this mic is badass. I didn't play with any of the settings, so I hope everything's good. I'm gonna obviously flange this up on the computer so I can check it out. And we'll see you guys some other time when the truck's fixed. The auxiliary bolt sheared off and left the bolt in the case. So there was a lot of fighting to get that out and redo it, I guess. But that's all fixed up. And that's what happened. See you guys on the next one. Later.